We are back, and we're going to talk about some wrestling lesson, and we're going to talk about Rey de Reyes. Now, this is it's a great tournament, number one. Rey de Reyes is an annual tournament in AAA comparable to King of the Ring. They actually formulated the entire tournament around the same concept, King of Kings, and they give you a sword. And what this tournament was for was to determine the next top contender in AAA. So basically what happened, the first 6 tournaments was formatted consisting of single eliminations with 4 qualifiers and a final. So 2 wrestlers face off, the winner goes on to the final, which happened at... I think there was one event that did not have the Rey de Reyes event, which is separate from the tournament. Because they do have Rey de Reyes outside of Rey de Reyes. It doesn't happen often, but it does happen. Usually, it's, once again, hoping to push that person into a main event position. It's never, come out to that for the most part, but it does happen. It does happen. The event is also features additional matches related to the Rey de Reyes tournament. So what the booking does, what they do, because Rey de Reyes is essentially the SummerSlam of AAA. They will formulate tournaments around Rey de Reyes, and at Rey de Reyes, they will start booking to Triple Mania. So people compare it to the summer version of the Royal Rumble because you have the tournament, you have that big-time person that will move on to advance to Triple Mania, but then people will, because of the tournament, they will equate it to SummerSlam, where it's like that halftime boom, let's start getting these rivalries set up. The first winner of this was the Latin Lover. He won it in 1997, and he was defeated for the Campeón de Champions Championship, which was the original main champion. I hate that name immensely, but that was what it was called. So with all of the winners, you would think that would be multiple people that have won Rey de Reyes more than once.
Right.
There was only one superstar throughout the entire history that has won this tournament more than once.
Huh.
And they won it 5 times. And that was La Parka Jr. He won it in 2001, 2003, 2005, 2007, and 2014. This is the second incarnation of La Parka, not the original. And I think that was kind of interesting doing the research that literally one person has only won it more than once. I think now with Laredo Kid winning, I think this one was his second, but this was after the fact. I did this whole research later. Mm-hmm. So they would usually do it at one venue, which was at Cuelder Mardero, but it would actually switch between a couple of them after that. So it went from the original location to Tarapules. I butchered that immensely. I'm just going to butcher all of these because Peanut Gallery apparently is the fucking Mexican whisperer.
I am.
And Mexico State. They are tied for the most hosts for the tournament at 5 each, including the events at 5 each. Beyond that, Zepion and Jalisco. I butchered that once again immensely. Jalisco, thank you. You know what? I'm so American. I shit the American flag and I jerk off to pictures of Ronald Reagan fucking Trump. Okay.
I would like to see those images.
And they were the only ones that ever repeated the event. As is tradition with most major AAA shows, the wrestlers compete inside hexagonal wrestling rings, is what we saw. and not the four-sided ring which the promotion uses during regular television and in house shows. So not only do these wrestlers, and they actually still do this to this day, only main shows have the six-sided ring. I don't know why they do that. It's very interesting. I think that started in CMLL, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be very wrong. Even though the event is named after the tournament, the finals were only main evented 12 out of the 23 events. And other than the 2020, which didn't happen, and the 2021 event, which once again didn't happen. The 2020 event is unique because, well, it never happened. It was originally slated in March, but obviously with the COVID-19 pandemic that's still going on now to a very much lesser degree than what it was last year, they were actually going to postpone it to this year's event. But they actually decided, I think like a week and a half before the show, they were actually going to build new things because so many titles vacated, so many people left, and so many people were in different rivalries. They just decided to go with a brand new concept. The whole thing for mine is going to be a little bit shorter than what it usually is. But I feel like I kind of illustrated the point that this thing started in 1997. There isn't going to be a whole lot of gigantic, like, historical things like your WrestleManias, to that point.
Right.
But especially what we saw and what they do with Rey de Reyes as an event, it is a very historic event. And at least everybody here at Make Pro Wrestling Majestic again, we're going to be covering this at least as long as we're covering AAA.
Oh, yeah.
It's that big of an event. And especially of what we saw and the matches that they booked for Triple Mania, It's something that we need to know. So, with that being said, I will end my segment. So when we come back, we're going to make not only Rey de Reyes great, Majestic again, but Mexico great again. I'm just kidding. No. Pro Wrestling Majestic again. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.